Hey everybody, Dirili here. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Collar X Malice along Kei Okazaki's route. And I'm hoping that tonight I can finish recording his route, maybe even start on Takeru's route. We'll see. You never really know how long these are. Apparently they differ in lengths. But I think we're pretty much happy in our status at the moment in the relationship. We've just got to make progress on getting this collar off us. And, dealing with Adonis. So you can just sit back, relax, and let me read you a story. After that, time went by without anything else out of the ordinary happening. I've been told that I can leave, but I wouldn't be able to relax at home. Mochida had gone home earlier, and I invented an excuse to stay later. I stayed all night, I guess. Then, I was compiling the public claims we'd received that day into a report, and found myself dozing off. I should have gone to the nap room. Suddenly, my phone vibrated. We found their base. That quick? Huh? That's surprising. And I guess we're heading right to the headquarters room. December 26th, 7:03 a.m.
Adonis' hideout has been identified.
Are you sure you really want me here to have the collar hearing this?
We'll be raiding it today. Don't get sloppy. All personnel consider today the turning point. If you want to live into next year, then finish this.
I really don't know if we should have let Zero hear this.
No, the location is.
Sir.
What?
There's a new statement from Adonis. They're streaming it online now.
This is the next day announcement. X Day will be a step towards our nation's rebirth. For the future of all righteous people, the corruption must be purged. Now, allow us to reveal a part of our plan to the hardworking police force. On January 1st, the seeds of malice growing in Japan, criminals, will all be executed by poison. Our preparations are already complete, so you have no hope of stopping the cleansing. If the police intrude upon our sacred ground prior to X Day, that will only accelerate the rebirth. To those of you who harm our neighbors and breed sorrow, to those who sin while playing innocent, Adonis' hammer of judgment will fall on you.
It's over.
Hey, Minagishi, what do you make of that?
I don't know exactly what means they'll use to perform a mass execution by poison. Perhaps bioterrorism, or maybe they've already gathered all their so-called criminals. In any case, this is the final phase of the plan. I don't think they're bluffing about it being ready to go. They know that we found their base, so they're saying that they'll start X Day if we raid it. It's an obvious threat.
I know that. The question is, how they managed to figure out what we're doing so quickly.
A mole would be the obvious explanation, but we have no way to root them out now. However, their response indicates that we have most likely found their actual base.
Postpone the raid. Wait, sir. We finally caught up to Adonis. Now that the statement is online, it's a matter of perception if an X Day killing happens today. Who do you think will be blamed for that? That crap again. This is an order. I'm postponing the raid. Investigators, return to your homes and stand by.
Why return to your homes? Why can't they stand by here at the station? I like that angry face of Morioka's there. I guess Ichika's been sent home too. December 26th, 3:38. The raid was supposed to happen today, but now most of the officers in Shinjuku have been ordered to stand by at home for some reason. So I was forced out of the police station and made to go home. Based on the statement that Adonis made, they must know the police found their base. It made sense to assume that the raid had been swiftly postponed. But ordering officers to stay home was probably due to the fear of a mole. No, we were so close.
You were instrumental in arranging for that scheduled raid of our headquarters.
I jumped at the sudden voice and realized that it was coming from the last place I'd wanted it to, my collar.
Your decision to act in spite of the danger to yourself is praiseworthy.
I felt a surge of irritation at the way in which the speaker talked like it didn't concern them.
You! Didn't you tell me to reach you? Now you're getting scared?
It'd be a problem if you were assaulted in force, but we would welcome you if you came alone, Ichika Hoshino. You approached us not with the intent of arresting criminals, but to delve into the attacker's motives to understand why the tragedies happened. For this, you have passed our test.
The speaker seemed to be praising me, but I didn't understand why. Why me? What do you want me for?
What do you think now that you have learned the purpose of the X-Day killings? The countdown to X-Day is a countdown to revenge, a blessed sideshow in which criminals are judged. Police who ignore people, vague laws, peace that only exists in theory, and formless justice. You've heard the cries of the people harmed by all that malice, haven't you? Even now, the police do not dare to capture us. They dither over their image and the rights of the criminals, while ignoring the innocent. And still, you trust the police?
That's it? Back to Okazaki?
So the raid is on hold. There's definitely a mole within the police.
Then, what's our next move?
The unfortunate reality is that we can't even decide that yet.
So I assume that you know about her collar now, sir.
Yes, she told me. I think it's quite likely that they'll take action.
And they're probably getting ready to pull out. They'll probably try to take the stupid cat with them before they flee. Then why aren't you guys watching me? I sent Yoshinori over to her home. He hasn't reported anything yet. I'll call him.
Please tell us if you spot any movements.
Not to demean Yoshinori any, but I feel like I should have more than one guard. At least the big puppy and not just the little one. I want to trust the police. I answered the caller's question honestly. I do think that the carelessness of the police has hurt a lot of people. Some of them were involved in X-Day crimes, like Sugawara and Sanjo. But if I accept the things you're doing, then that will perpetuate the cycle of hatred. We'll just be going in terrible circles. Will crime cease once you execute all those criminals on January 1st? I can't imagine that it will. Crime is certain to continue. The primary duty of the police is to punish crime. It's undeniable that they've strayed from that, but that doesn't mean this is right. There has to be a better way to achieve rebirth. I waited for the caller to answer. After a short pause, I heard a heavy sigh come from the caller.
Rebirth from the police? How long will that take? A better way? I suppose you'll tell us how. Those are just more pretty words.
Well, yours aren't any prettier. I'm fine with that. We won't be swayed by your honeyed words.
You leave us no choice. You will know how it feels to be helpless.
The ominous threat caused me to reflexively touch my collar. But there was no pain.
You don't want to lose Kei Okazaki, do you?
Oh, how dare you! My blood ran cold. Don't tell me. This has nothing to do with Okazaki. Keep your hands off him!
Well then, in exchange for his life, come to our base alone. You have passed our test, so we will welcome you into our ranks. Do not discuss this with Kei Okazaki. Say your farewells to him and join us.
I can't possibly say farewells to him and then come to you guys because he won't let me. He'll figure it out. What are you talking about?
Indirect contact is also forbidden. Don't bother trying to outsmart us. We already have pawns watching Kei Okazaki. Step out of line, and we will end you immediately.
The caller made a series of demands. What are they thinking? Basically, they were threatening Okazaki, but they would leave him alone if I joined them. They go so far as to kill him to coerce me to join them? So far, all of Adonis' targets had committed some wrongful deed in the past. Killing Okazaki, who was entirely unrelated, went against that policy. I didn't understand their reasons for it, but maybe they were willing to make more extreme measures to get me to approach them. I can't do that. I won't betray the police any further.
Very well.
The voice from the collar was terribly cold. I wouldn't be able to help it. I would go. I wouldn't be able to risk Kei's life.
Then we will execute Kei Okazaki immediately. We have no use for you if you won't cooperate.
Wait! I felt like the conversation had ended, so I desperately pleaded with the collar. What if they really killed Okazaki? Adonis felt like they were probably backed into a corner. Maybe they were no longer bothering to keep up appearances. Wait!
The incompetent police will not raid us immediately, but we don't know when they might choose to act. This is your only chance to come to us. You have two simple choices. Will you make small sacrifices as an officer, or become an enemy of the police for those you love? You have until midnight. We'll be waiting.
Then, the collar didn't respond again, no matter how many times I prompted it. There aren't even 8 hours left. This was no place to hesitate, but if I made a wrong move, he could lose his life immediately. My mind raced, considering the best choice. I could consult Yanagi, but if Okazaki finds out indirectly... Regardless, Okazaki would be killed if I didn't go to their hideout. But I had no illusions that I could make it to the terrorist base on my own. Death alone was acceptable, but there was a chance that I could become a liability for the police. It's no good. I don't see an opening. I anxiously took out my phone to try and find someone who could advise me. I had a notification for a recent missed call from Okazaki. I tightly squeezed my phone in my hand, and I called Okazaki. Isn't this forbidden? Ichika. Thank goodness you picked up. Okazaki. I heard that they stopped the raid. Are you at home now? Yes. Most of the investigators at the station have been ordered to stand by at home. When I heard Okazaki's voice over the phone, my heart felt at ease. I didn't want to lose him. I knew that he would hate the fact that I was sacrificing myself to save him. He could come rescue me like the knight in shining armor that he is, on a white horse. I had been the one who begged him for a way to find a way for us to live together. It's frustrating, but it looks like we won't be moving anytime soon. Act calm like I always do. The person on the collar could hear everything I was saying. Essentially, this was me telling them that I wasn't going to resist. Are you at home now? Can I come over? I glanced at the clock. It was 4:30 p.m. Did you need something? I can't come over unless I have business. No, it's not that. We stopped celebrating Christmas halfway, remember? The fire didn't get lit, so let me continue that. You said to put our feelings on hold. I couldn't let him figure out what was happening, but it would be difficult to refuse. Above all, I still want to see him one last time. All right, it's okay, I'll be waiting. Okay, I'll be right over then. I looked at my phone screen once the call ended. I'm the worst. My muttered, self-deprecating words faded into the empty room. But I had a feeling that the person on the other end of the collar was laughing at me. Jerk. Come on in, I'll make some tea. He already knows something's wrong. Huh? Okazaki? It's nothing. I'm just glad to see you. What's this now? I was getting anxious. I'm glad that I just misunderstood. It's that danger sense that he has. His spider senses are tingling. Huh? I didn't, did I? You're not going into danger without me, right? Yep, his senses are tingling all right. You're such a worrywart, an uncannily accurate worrywart. I stifled my anxiety and gave him the best smile that I could. Though he was indoors, he could still be targeted. I'd already made up my mind. I would protect him. It's going to be okay, I'm right here. Even if he resented me for it. The two of us sacrificing. Oh my god, it's just like Code Realize Saint Germain all over again. We both keep trying to sacrifice ourselves for the other, but neither one of us is going to be happy without the other one. It has to be both of us or it's meaningless. There's no one else here, so don't worry about it. What about your brother? He's not home yet. I keep telling him not to go out so much, but lately, we've been getting along better. He keeps in touch with me, and he doesn't go out late at night anymore. I see, that's great. That means I can cut Yoshinari a break then. Yoshinari? I didn't notice he's been here this whole time? Oh, I guess I didn't tell you. I've been having Yoshinari protect your brother. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know Kazuki's been cared for this whole time. What? Of course, we kept it a secret from him. You've been targeted by Adonis, so something terrible could have happened to him. I had no idea. I'd assumed that Yoshinari was posted at Yanagi's office, while Okazaki was busy trying to protect me. No, it was more than an assumption. I ran into Yoshinari near the office quite often, after all. I'm sorry. Don't apologize. We made that decision, and Yanagi's team approved it too. More importantly, if your brother might be coming home, we shouldn't get too steamy. Kei, why are you the only one that talks about these things? I'm just kidding. I'll wait until you're ready. Oh. No, you don't need to wait. Huh? I also want to flirt with you. Okazaki's eyes widened, and he blinked a few times. Maybe that was too sudden. But it was sincerely how I felt. These might be our last moments together. That was all I could think. You mean that? Good God, yes. His hand caressed my cheek. The touch caused my shoulders to tremble slightly, but I kept my eyes fixed on his. Yes. When we inched close enough until I could feel his breath on mine. Oh, but wait just a moment. There's something I'm going to ask you first. I feel like he's being teased now. Okazaki hung his head, clearly disappointed by the sudden interruption. Don't pout, puppy dog. Ichika, I think you're teasing me a little too much. Sorry, but I really need to ask. Our faces were still very close, and his eyes invited me to continue. Okazaki, what do you like about me? Although he had confessed his feelings to me, I had turned him away in the moment, and I hadn't quite believed what I'd heard. After learning his past and sharing our feelings, I thought we'd finally become close, yet somehow, I still can't quite believe it. The affection that he possessed for me was unmistakable, but I was still sure that he only viewed me as an ideal. There are a whole lot of people I can say that I like. Huh? Suddenly, he dropped a bomb on me, and my mind just froze. Oh, come on, it's a play on words. I like Yanagi's team, Yoshinari, my friends in the force, and even girls I see walking by, I guess. I like a lot of people I think are good people. But I can't really say that I've ever gotten attached to anybody. People have told me that I was different than what they expected after we started dating. I'm not special to you. I'm just another person in the crowd for you. Stuff like that. I think I can understand them. But for some reason, you're special to me. It doesn't make sense. It's not about liking or disliking you. You're someone that I need to live. Right now, you're the reason that I'm alive. Isn't it normal to want to touch that person or keep her all to myself? While he talked, his fingers touched my cheek. The gesture was completely gentle, and I could feel the warmth from his fingertips. It conveyed his feelings much better than his words did. Back when you were mad at me, I thought that I should have done a better job hiding it from you. Maybe I should have said my death wish was a joke, and that I just wanted you to feel safe. Yeah, I could have lied and kept using you. But I couldn't make myself do it. I wanted you to accept me for the person I really am. I was rendered speechless by his complete honesty. I wasn't worth anything. I wasn't important to anyone else. I was sure that I and everyone else had felt that way before. What should I do? I'm so happy. This was more than love or romance. He just wanted me. It made me so happy that I shivered. This is the kind of love I want. So, what do you like about me? I was happy to hear that you like me, but it's still a bit of a mystery to me. You got that angry for my sake, and you even said that you'd rather sacrifice someone else so that I could live, because you didn't want to lose me. Yeah, I'm about to sacrifice myself, in fact, for that. I don't think that I'm worth that much. To be honest, I can't honestly believe that you actually feel that way. After all, you didn't like me that much at first, did you? Are you kidding me? You've been a sweet puppy dog since the day I met you and you took a nap on my shoulder. The sudden question troubled me. I had been attracted to his kindness at first. He was warm and made me feel safe. He was someone who made me smile and who brought some peace into my life. But he was stubborn and uncompromising. He could be cold and lived by his own rules. He'd ignored my feelings and stubbornly just wanted to die for his own satisfaction. When I think about it, what do I like about you? I unconsciously let that slip. Aw. Should you really be saying that in front of me? Sorry, but I'm like you. It's not about whether I like or dislike you. In the end, you're the only one for me. I need you. So, there are still things that we can't believe or understand about each other. Yet, we still want to be together. Doesn't that feel pretty special to you? It does. I could accept that. If it's hard to put into words, want to try this? Huh? Try what? I tilted my head, unsure what he meant. Oh, I think I have an idea, hopefully. But in the next moment... My world turned upside down, and I saw stars. Eventually, I realized that I'd been pushed down. Above me, he was smiling calmly. Do you like it when I do this? My heart was pounding. This was unfair. Right now I was feeling humiliated. Why humiliated? It's embarrassing, but I don't hate it. Rather than dislike, I felt happy. When I nodded, Okazaki chuckled. Then there's your answer. You said you were going to try something, but isn't this a little extreme? But you understand me now, don't you? If I didn't care, then I wouldn't want to do this. Forget about love, hate, and all the small stuff. Right now, I just want you. Let me know if you don't want this. But if you feel the same way I do, then please accept me. This is mean. Our hands entwined slightly, enough that it hurt, different from all the other times before. He looked at me with hot, passionate eyes, and lovingly ran his hands through my hair. I shouldn't push him away, but... Before, I said there were a lot of people that I like, but I rarely find anyone that I like to tease. I don't know. You tease Yoshinari pretty much, too. Yeah, that's just my way of showing him I care. Obviously, my feelings for you are different. I want to be kinder toward you than anyone, but at the same time, I want you to let me bother you. I remember Shiraishi saying that you have a bad personality. Yeah, didn't you know? You're good looking, but rotten on the inside. That's right. And it's your fault for getting involved with a bad guy like me. So let me get what I want, okay? I don't see how he's bad inside. Just for having male desires? Actually, that's not even a male desire, come on. Okazaki's fingers touched the nape of my neck. There was a slight click as his fingertips landed on my collar. They're listening now, aren't they? He's saying that now? I'll never hand you over to the likes of them. Then he taunted them. I knew that I wouldn't be killed as long as I served some use to Adonis, but I still felt really uneasy about the fact that Okazaki was being targeted. Me too. Don't break our promise, or I won't forgive you. Then he smiled at me, as if he saw right through me. Okay. I couldn't stop my voice from cracking. If you don't want to let me die, then don't you run away from me. Yep, he was thinking what I was thinking. He whispered those words into my ear. The words felt like a curse. I think that was a hint, Hoshino. He knows something. He's such a coward. I thought that, but contrary to those words, I was filled with overwhelming love for him. I didn't want to take my eyes off his lovely smile. Maybe I should resist, but... As he had said, no matter how we tried to make each other understand with words, we'd never be able to fully express ourselves. I just want you to think of only me, and nothing else. If you want to be with me, then you have to want to live too. Hey, Ichika, be mine. Still, I wanted him to take everything. Right now, I didn't want to let go of his hand. That was the only thing I was sure of. Giving in to the inevitability and hope, I held his hand tightly. Okay, Okazaki's route is my favorite. The clock passed 9 p.m. I'm glad your little brother came home. I'll be back. Let me know if you need anything. Okay. As I watched Okazaki leave through the door, I desperately swallowed my words. Why didn't I write him a note? Maybe we could have planned something. See you. Okazaki. It's late. Please be careful on your way back. Who do you think you're talking to? But thanks. See you later. Farewell. Yeah, later. I'm sorry. I think he knows. He better follow me. After Okazaki left, I just stood there for a while. I didn't want to betray him like this. If he learned that I disappeared, he might lose himself. It would wound him pretty badly. More than the fear of anything else, I had to bite my tongue to stop myself from crying. Kazuki, do you have a moment? I took deep breaths to calm myself down and knocked on Kazuki's bedroom door. What? Well, I wanted to talk to you. Did he go home? Oh, Okazaki? Yeah, he's gone. Hey, is he your boyfriend? Huh? I was startled by the unexpected question. But I'd invited him into my room, so that was a reasonable assumption. Yeah, I think he's my boyfriend. Why do you sound so unsure? Everything just happened recently, so it still doesn't feel real to me. I guess we haven't really talked about the technicalities yet. Well, none of my business anyway. That guy seems kind of shady, you know? Kazuki seemed interested, even as he declared that it wasn't his business. He is kind of troublesome in a lot of ways. Wow, coming from you, that means he must be a real pain. I told you before, but let me know before you bring him over next time. Okay. So, what do you want to talk about? I'm going away forever to work for Adonis. My words caught in my throat. I felt like I'd cry if I lost my calm. But I couldn't let Kazuki notice. It's about what you wanted to do. Kazuki, you love music, right? I thought about it after speaking to Kazuki last time. Kazuki had dreams. He had passions that he wanted to pursue. When I put a little thought into it, it was clear what he wanted to do. It's true that we don't know what might happen tomorrow, so don't give up on your dreams, Kazuki. I'll be cheering for you no matter what happens. Kazuki was silent for a while. Maybe he was frustrated because we hadn't had this talk sooner.
Why do you look like you're about to cry right now?
Huh?
Did you get in a fight with your boyfriend? Or is he one of those domestic violence jerks?
No! Okazaki would never do that.
Fine then. I'm your family. If he ever makes you cry, tell me. I'll kick his ass.
Aw, Kazuki.
You're pretty clueless about the music industry, aren't you? You don't grasp what my dream really is.
Then tell me. Yeah, you're right, but I want to know.
It kind of pisses me off that you're saying this without knowing anything. But I'm honestly just happy to hear you say that you support me.
Yeah, I'll always be rooting for you. My heart trembled because my feelings got through. But the clock yanked me back to reality. I had to go. Sorry, Kazuki. I need to go now.
Now? Work again?
Yeah, it's an important job. I have to work hard, just like you can't give up on your dreams. I'll be going then. I felt like I was going to break into tears, so I quickly turned away from Kazuki. I hastily put on my shoes and went toward the door.
Sis.
Huh? I turned around. He hadn't called me that in a long time.
You're coming home, right?
Yeah.
Good. Take care then.
Off I go. I pushed through the intense heartache and gave Kazuki the most brilliant smile I could manage. I had the feeling that was less than dazzling. Okazaki, you better be following me, and please don't be mad at me. And now we're going to raid Mikuni.
Sanjo.
Oh, Mikuni, what's with the grim look?
Zero ordered you to cause that mess in Shinjuku Garden.
He did. You came here to lecture me about it. You know that we can't go against the mighty elder's orders.
True. You're wanted by the police. It's only a matter of time before you're caught.
Why bring this up now? My getting arrested was all part of the countdown plan, wasn't it? You look dissatisfied.
I didn't want things to be done this way.
You sure you want to say that? People can hear you.
I don't care. The time has come for us to part ways. Besides, Sanjo, you're still scheming something, aren't you? I found traces of your communication with other enforcers.
Yeah, you got me. You had him do the November incident, didn't you? That hacking whiz kid. I was doing him a favor out of gratitude. Well, it was a personal request.
I see. In the past, you would have been given a warning, but it really is too late to be interfering. We are beginning the evacuation. As long as it doesn't affect that, I don't mind. You're not planning on coming along, are you?
Huh, not like you were going to take me with you.
I'll take my leave then.
Everyone's going through some rough times. Why do they struggle so hard in a world that's so hard to live in? Well, whatever. Time to do my last job.
I guess he plans on going out in a blaze of glory in this last job. I went to the Adonis hideout, as the voice from the caller directed. I'm not the one who'll be hurt. I stifled the melting fear and moved forward one step at a time. I haven't given up. Once I'm there, I'll meet the collarer. Even if we killed each other, I was fine with that. I'd cut the root of this disaster by my own hands. Oh, darn it! Okay, we're gonna have to stop the video. I just realized how long I've been going. But it's better to stop here than to actually get into something exciting and stop there. So yeah, I'm gonna hop right over to that video now. Well, record it now. So I hope to see you there or in some of my other videos. And I'd be so grateful for any likes, comments, subscriptions, and shares with your friends to show some support. Thank you so much for joining me, And I wish you all health, happiness, and safety. Dirili signing out. Bye-bye, everybody.